Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another crypto video. And today there's quite a lot that's happening. One of the things I saw just now was this article right here. Bitcoin and Ethereum are incredibly oversold, states a Bloomberg analyst. To give you guys an idea as to why he says this, well, they state it right here. According to Forbes, McGlone's observations come from technical analysis focused on a specific indicator. Bitcoin has reached the lowest ever price versus its 100 weekly moving average. McGlone continues to say, by describing the currency as being at an extreme discount within an enduring bull market, the Bloomberg analyst remarks that the Federal Reserve's role should not be underestimated either. Quote, "Don't fight the Fed has been my mantra for risk assets since last year," McGlone stated. Bitcoin and cryptos were a key part of the 2021 rush and thus part of the 2022 flush, but I see Bitcoin and Ethereum coming out ahead. Bitcoin is well on its way to becoming global digital collateral in a world going the way and Ethereum is a primary driver of the digital revolution, as evidenced by making possible the most widely traded cryptos, dollar tokens, McGlone stated in Forbes. All right, so my own personal opinion on the matter, all right, if you're wondering about it, is indeed it's trading at a very good discount right now, but that is mostly taking it from the macro perspective that, well, $23,000 for Bitcoin is a significantly high amount. However, if you look at the scarcity, the model of Bitcoin, and you look at the fact that, okay, the majority of people have not really lost their faith or anything like that, it's also not as if there's any one big Bitcoin scandal. It's just a lot of crypto shenanigans. We have the Luna situation, we have the crypto regulation situation, but honestly, taking a look at just Bitcoin, not really that much has changed. And so people selling it like crazy means to me, people are selling it for the idea as to why they're selling stocks. Well, things are going down because of recession or interest rate or inflation, yada, yada, yada. But honestly, if you start thinking about it, for all the reasons that they're selling stocks, they should kind of logically be going for crypto. And the fact that they're not doing that leads to me to believe, like, no, it's pretty undervalued. We also have the RSI, we had our indicators and everything like that. Let's just conclude a lot of signs are showcasing a very, very bullish picture, even though the price is not really moving that way necessarily. Having said that, here's a little fun piece about Ripple. Ripple's plan with this element might see major growth for XRP. So Ripple posted on their Twitter, more than 70% of respondents surveyed across 5 global regions believe CBDCs stand to deliver major social change within the next 5 years. Learn more about how CBDCs can drive financial inclusion. There's one thing you gotta understand, and that's that Ripple knows very much so that CBDCs are at least a very good part of the future or have a very high probability of being that. Yet you might look at XRP and think, or the XP Ledger or any of their progress really and think it's been rather lackluster for the amount of plans that they kind of had. And what I mean with that is Ripple has signed so many partners in the last couple of years, it's insane. But I honestly expected it to be a lot higher had it not been for the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit. And that's also one of the arguments brought up in this little document right here, this little article. Indeed, a lot of the progress which we expected for Ripple is being halted. And I just kind of believe and can kind of expect just how crazy it's going to get the moment that this lawsuit is over and XRP is finally a properly regulated crypto. Here it says that XRP's upside has also been limited by profit taken after minor gains. This is because investors are still cautious about the lawsuit, thus the focus on short-term gains, which is significantly different with Bitcoin logically. This is demonstrated by the 30-day MVRV ratio and the 30-day realized cap metrics. XRP's realized cap has been increasing since the end of July, while the MVRV ratio dropped during that same period. This confirms the profit taking, thus pushing down the unrealized profits as the price drops. Then again, Ripple stands a chance at leveraging robust growth from its potential involvement in CBDC rollouts, and again is limited by the SEC lawsuit right now. But take a look at this. Thailand's CBDC pilot could commence later this year according to central bank. And you can take this further, right? People all around the world and governments around the world and companies around the world are noticing this CBDC technology, it's most likely not going away. It's most likely not okay, we're researching it and then we'll leave it be. It's more of let's see what all these other guys are doing. Are we going to be the first, the second, the last, in the middle? But they're going into it. And it's actually that bad that, look at this. A U.S. conservative political organization makes the case against CBDCs, praises Bitcoin and private stablecoins. Isn't that kind of funny? that even in the government right now, there's a dispute about whether or not they should continue to go for these types of coins. I think is really funny. CBDC, that is. Once you read into CBDCs, you understand there's a very good potential about them, but you also start to understand why Bitcoin is such a, and crypto, all of the crypto for that matter, an XRP as well, an XDC and a QNT, anything like that, is just so beautifully made. By the people, for the people, I always say, but Also, here's an interesting piece. So Joe Hall says just participated in a debate on XRP versus Bitcoin. 20 new followers avoid XRP. To the insults in my DMs, lol. So one thing I always want to make clear is why in the world would you insult somebody? What's the benefit in this? Please don't do that. I know you're not my son, you don't have to listen to me, but why? What is the purpose of that? If they have different opinions than you, you're going to insult them in the DM? You have nothing better to do, really? I'm going to say regarding that one, focus on yourself. But you can take a look at the discussion, and I think it's actually rather interesting. Because Matt Hamilton, who we know and love, he's going into it. He's going at it pretty hard. He's like, he's going at it. Let's just abbreviate it to that. Yes, things like Lightning are starting to catch up with the XP Ledger, Lightning Network. Not quite there though. Maybe one day they will get it working better. But until then, feel free to just transact your Bitcoin on the XP Ledger, as actually that's one of the fun things that you can do, and it's relatively cheap to do so, which is kind of funny. I honestly think a lot of people don't know how versatile the XRP Ledger is and how much you can actually do over on there. It's quite funny. But Joe says, Matt, quit lying. I've told you already. This transaction didn't work because it had already been paid. Matt says, no, it failed due to lack of inbound liquidity. That is literally what the message is saying. He knows. This is the fundamental architectural flaw of Lightning Network. You have to hope that there's enough liquidity on your payment route. Joe says, nope. But this is interesting, right? I mean, it's fun that he's so against XRP, and I don't know. It's also sometimes interesting to me how people are so against every other altcoin. Some real Bitcoin maximalists. Maybe I've just not looked into it enough, right? But to be honest with you, I don't understand why people think that all these different cryptocurrencies are a scam. I mean, BitConnect, sure, scam, we all know it. XRP and Ethereum, I mean, you can have your points as to why, but he's literally trying to state that every other crypto except for Bitcoin, basically, is a security or a sort of scam, which I think is rather interesting. Same thing for a lot of the NFTs and whatnot. It says here, this is why nobody might go to jail for decades for making $10,000 insider trading, some stupid JPEGs and whatnot. He's calling them stupid, which partially is very much true. The whole NFT JPEG phase is something I really didn't like too much. But damn, what a hatred. That's one of the interesting things about crypto as a whole. There's this tribalism, huh? And take a look at this, by the way. Dogecoin, best suited as a transactional currency over Bitcoin, asserts Elon Musk. I mean, okay. Elon Musk is still a pretty big Doge fan. It's kind of funny. He says, I mainly support Doge, frankly, because I think Doge has the memes and dogs, and it seems to have a sense of humor and doesn't take itself too seriously, said Musk when asked about what he thought of the future of crypto. Musk 51, I'm not sure why they put his age there. Not sure why that's interesting, but all right. Praised the crypto use case, and he basically said, I think actually weirdly, even though Doge was just designed to be like a ridiculous joke currency, the actual total transactional throughput capabilities of Doge is actually a lot better than Bitcoin. And he says, the fact that there are $5 billion created every year is actually good for using it as a transactional currency. This is, of course, like to kind of compare Dogecoin to Bitcoin, and saying that the supply, is a good thing, I guess. Something else entirely, but still very interesting. Whoa, little voice crack right there. Matic. Coca-Cola apparently drops a special digital collectible over on Polygon. On Sunday, 7th of July, a little while ago, which is when International Friendships Day is celebrated in the US. I didn't know that, but all right. Coca-Cola announced that it is thanking fans who have been a part of the brand's journey into the metaverse over the last year with a special digital collectible drop. So it said here, experience the real magic of friendship. Coca-Cola just launched its first-of-a-kind generative and shareable collectibles on Polygon to celebrate International Friendship Day. And later on, this is right now, Polygon Studios is saying this. The collectibles have a unique share to reveal functionality where each artwork will reveal after being shared with a friend. Interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So that's again some juicy news for Polygon. And then one thing which I think is also interesting, despite Ripple's legal woes, Binance Card adds support for XRP for payments. This is one was interesting to me because, well, it's XRP news, but I kind of thought that the Binance card had all these cryptos already on there. The thing is, whenever I use the Binance card, not really often. I use the other cards more often, but all right. I kind of usually get everything in BUSD on my account. Why? I just don't want to spend crypto. If I spend crypto, I want it to be dollars that were already dollars before. I don't want this feeling of me having, for example, let's say 1 Bitcoin at some point, and then me having to spend that. And I spent in total, let's say $10,000, which at this point is, let's say almost half a Bitcoin. But in a couple of years, that half a Bitcoin that I spend now would be 5 million. I'd rather just spend dollars, which in my head is different, even though I guess it's theoretically speaking the same. I could spend the Bitcoin and buy it right back and nothing would have happened. But that's kind of like circular in my own opinion. I just don't like to spend crypto. Let me say it like that. But alright guys, there's actually a couple of really big things that I need to share. One of them is that I'm doing a crazy big giveaway, but I kind of forgot at the start of the video, so I'm kind of skipping it right now. But there's a $10,000 giveaway that I'm running. I put it over in my Telegram. If you want to check it out, make sure you check it out over on Telegram or over on my Twitter. $10,000 is said it will run for about a month, and it's to replace the $2,500 giveaway that I was actually going to do for some Twitter followers. I'm going to replace that and do $10,000 for all the socials. But you can check it out with the link. I'm not going to put the link down below, but it's over on my Telegram. So join the alerts Telegram right now. Link is down below, and in there you'll see everything. So make sure you go ahead and check that out, and I'll definitely see you guys again in another crypto video. If you enjoyed these videos, make sure you press that like button, and I'll see you guys again in another one.